Right, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're talking Terminator Dark Fate because I was sent this all over on Twitter. This appears to be a new leak, but I will say it's not. Okay, now I know instantly a bunch of you people will just click dislike because you so, vehemently want this to be the truth, but it's not. It is absolutely fake, and I've also come prepared with some evidence to show you why it's fake, and also just to tell you how you can avoid being duped by these trolling douchebags in future. So first things first, there will be some spoilers in here for the initial leak that happened, okay? But this is fake. And again, I'm going to show you why, because I also want to help you guys. So, as much as I like making videos like this, so you also don't get duped into it and send me these kind of things in future. Although I do appreciate you sending it to me, and please do keep sending me these things, because again, it's important that we can kind of spread the word. So the reason why this is fake, and this is just before we even get into what they are saying, okay, is the fact that he starts out with, so a friend of mine is part of a society here in London who gets invites to see early screeners, and she only went with and added me to her +1. Now, what I didn't know was that it would be Dark Fate, okay? Now, the evidence that this person has given for that is this, okay? Is this here, okay? Now, for screenings, they don't actually do this. You don't get this at any screening, no matter how you've acquired the screener. So, again, I came prepared. This is a screening ticket. This is a screening ticket for the UK premiere of Godzilla King of the Monsters. This is how. This is one of the kind of means that you would get an invite to gain entry. This is your pass to gain entry. Now, it's a damn sight different than an Odeon printout ticket. Okay, it is very flamboyant. I've had ones for like Alita Battle Angel and stuff like that, and they're really, they're true works of art, and I like to keep them because they're works of art. Clearly, and you can see on the back, it will tell you the location, the theatre, everything like that, what time, day, everything along those lines, right? It'll even say, Warner Brothers Pictures and Legendary Pictures special screening. We would like to invite you to X, Y, and Z. Now, that's one way. They will typically only give these out for special advanced premieres where members of the studio are, or people that have won lotteries, because people come to these things who are not even interested in the movies, and that's why you get sometimes a bunch of reviews just from randos online. This is why, because big companies in London will have an allocation for an amount of these, and they'll give them away as part of a lottery. Really, really bad way of doing business, I think, personally. But that's one way, right? And the other way, and this is probably how most people will get them, okay, is via email. And I've got an email up here. I will show you the format. And the only indication that you've got this is that your name has been put down on a list, and then the studio will be there, a representative for the studio or the PR company that has sent you the email will be there with literally like a register, an old school register, and just mark your name down. Okay, so I'll pull up one of my emails because I get these invites fairly often, don't always take them, and I'll show you. Okay, so look, this is a preview screening for The Report. This is a movie with Adam Driver, Annette Bening, John Hamm, directed by, who is it? Scott Z. Burns. It will tell you where the screening is, Tuesday the 1st of October, 10 a.m. start, and that's it. That is it. Outside of that, you do not get any other information. You don't get a ticket, because these things are held not at mainstream cinemas. They are only held in like private cinema screening rooms, like film clubs and things like that. There's a whole bunch of them dotted around London. They will never be held. You will never get one like this. I promise you that. I can hand on my heart promise you that. Now, obviously, to one side, all of that stuff, let's get into the other reasons why this is complete bollocks, because it is. So, the points that they made are all very, very fan-fiction-y. So let's get into it. I've read the leaks and I can tell you that they do play out, with the exception of the ending. I think they must have reshot it late on or something. Now, I've covered videos on this with respect to the reshoots. I've got videos of the reshoots. They were only doing action shots. They didn't really pick up anything else. And my contact that was on set, on location, there was no Edward Furlong. He was announced late, but he wasn't on set late, if that makes sense. So they didn't reshoot any endings. It was just action pickups. And we know that because we've seen stunt doubles for Linda Hamilton and so on and so forth. Now, it says all I can really add to the existing leaks is that it's a non-stop chase movie. We heard that already. Not as fast and furious as Mad Max Road, but not far behind. I didn't much care for any of the new characters, which is a shame. This person has read the other leaks, so good troll. Well done, but again, you've been outed. But it was interesting to see Sarah again and learn what she's been up to since T2. I felt like I had actually been through it all with her, and this was what she had become. It was both interesting and sad to watch at the same time. As for the ending, should I spill it, shouldn't I? It looks like they listened and took it on board. Now, we don't know whether the initial leaks are true. Okay, we don't. I've said that. I've gone on record. I have gone on record and said if the leaks are true, it doesn't sound very good. But we don't know if they're true. But what this person has done is read the leaks and gone, okay, how can I fabricate, something to... It's a good troll, genuinely, but it's a troll nonetheless. All of the leaks have indicated that Danny, Natalia Reyes' character, is not good. It's even on this exact same Terminator subreddit. Danny's not a good character. Everyone's been crying out for Edward Furlong to come back. People want Edward Furlong to come back. But a lot of people have noted that, how can he? He's out of shape, etc., etc. And he is out of shape. It's not a slight on him. He just is. So a lot of people... He's basically analysed all of this. And he's gone, rather than Grace dying, because that's what the initial leak said, along with Carl and the Rev 9, in the version I saw, which now looks to be the locked ending for the movie, it was in fact Danny who they killed off. And that's just building off of what was already leaked. I think there is even a small snippet of this scene in the trailer. It's the part where Grace is screaming up to the camera. She does this because she has failed her mission and is cradling Danny's body. Well, that doesn't make any sense because then, again, timelines and stuff. I have no idea why the original ending had Grace use a power cell, since that is not a part of the T1, T2 lore. Hey, it is. It's more of a T3 thing, so that never made sense to me anyway. Anyway, I don't know why I'm even reading into this like it's anything special. I feel kind of bad for saying this and ruining the surprise, but Edward Furlong is in the movie right at the end, mid-credits. So look, this is just one of these people that, unequivocally just wants this to be the case, so has fabricated this nonsense. The reason why, if the leaks are true, the reason why him showing up at the end, mid-credits, as per this new leak, doesn't make sense is because it completely voids the movie you've just watched. Because the leaks say that Edward Furlong dies at the start, right? He dies at the start, and that's what sets up this chain reaction and repercussion of the magnitude of the movie, the change of the timeline. So for him just randomly be there at the end doesn't make any sense. Not to mention, this person doesn't quite understand narratives because... He shows up right at the end, mid-credits, so don't leave early, otherwise you'll miss it. I'm not sure how he survives the opening, but there's a few hints dropped in there that perhaps it was some kind of a setup, a memory of the T-800 Carl that was programmed into him. It's all kind of hazy, almost seems like they are saving it for the sequel to fully explore what happened. But it was certainly a surprising twist. As for John, he's been chilling out in a bunker on Carl's ranch near a military base. So Carl would know, Linda Hamilton would know, Carl is the Terminator. Linda Hamilton would know. And it goes, nobody else survives. Grace goes down with the Rev 9. She was pissed, so sacrifices herself to save Sarah. There's also a snippet of that scene in the trailer too, where Sarah is walking alone toward the fire. That is right near the end, when the Rev 9 is blown away with the dam. There's not really much, not that much else to say, other than this was a surprise to me after reading the leaks. Everything played out the same. Danny was not a strong character to begin with, so this was the right choice to make. I think it's going to make a lot of people happier personally, but it does come with its problems if they ever do make a sequel, as Edward Furlong was clearly out of shape slightly. Not that bad, but he isn't the John we know from the T2 opening scene. Luckily, they kept shots on the upper body and got in close. It was honestly pretty short. And he says, well, for starters, he says, one thing I'm not it's a liar. One thing you're definitely not is someone that has a grasp of the English language. It's with an A, mulatto, not an E. I've blurred out the location because I get in trouble for this. That's been photoshopped, and it is absolutely photoshopped because someone even pulls up the original for it. Where is it? Here you go. So someone found the real picture, exactly the same picture, but the supposed leaker had photoshopped it out. Photoshopped 2D and Genesis out and had Terminator Dark Fate added. So it absolutely is nonsense. And I don't know why people do this. It's obviously just a troll. I understand that at the very least. But people say, look, and this sums it up perfectly. Bro, take a writing class. You're pulling this out of your ass. Edit, you can do better. A 13-year-old with hacking skills is able to interface with, program, and render a fabricated memory into a machine from 2029. Yeah, not the case. And he says the reason why he doesn't understand narratives. He says, yes, the memory was programmed into Carl. It was John and Sarah, apparently, who did it. John with his hacking skills and Sarah who remembered how to remove the port cover with T2. The whole explanation in the scene is very brief. I can't comment on Sarah's reaction to Carl, but from the way it all played out, it would seem she had to make it convincing. She had to make it convincing that she wanted to kill him. Why? It doesn't make any sense. It's completely fake anyway. The evidence he's shown has been proved to be fake. I've shown you how you can avoid these things in future. They don't do Odeon screening tickets. It's not how they do screeners. I've shown you literally evidence of how people get invited to these screeners. Look, if this was the case, that'd be cool. Doesn't really make any sense as per the leaks. But then the leaks might not be the truth. But this isn't true anyway because it's not. The evidence he's provided is fake. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something anyway. It's kind of like a bit of a PSA as well. I just thought this would be good for a lot of people that come across this stuff online. Because I don't want anyone to be duped into it either. I know that I get balls up hate for even talking about Terminator now. It's fine. I don't care. I would just say that you lack, I don't know, the cognitive ability to discern between constructive critique and news reporting over actual mindless hate. But whatever. And for all those people that have randomly just said I'm massively against women for whatever issue, like for whatever reason, look at my review of Ready or Not. I'm not against women in any way, shape, or form. I can assure you now, I love women. Any of my comments on Terminator have never actually been about women-centric at all. It's mainly just been about the leaks. If you can find a quote from me, epic. I'd love to see it. Failing that, shut your mouth. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Please do let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news based on the bell notification icon. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Mr. H. Take care.